Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. So what I'm going to do here is make a new commander for the Stormer-30, or as I call it, the Super Wiesel. Because there's things about the Stormer that are different than the Wiesel. But I'm taking the idea of the Wiesel commander, and I want to remove things that are pretty much Wiesel specific that really aren't necessary specifically for the Stormer, or maybe necessary is not the right word, but that aren't the best fit. Probably a better way to say it. So the thing is, what I'm doing is I want to maximize the missile firing. I would like to minimize the detectability as much as possible because you have an element of being a sometimes sniper in that tank. And we'd like to, have the accuracy good for the guns as well. So we're going to need the best reload we can get within reason. And you have to balance all these different desires. You're going to get some of this and a little of that. You can't have all of everything. That's the key. So that's why you have to figure out what it is you need, what it is you don't need. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. To start with, we're going to start with looking at the, here we go, gun accuracy. The gun accuracy, the Bushmaster, this is the actual gun, has a 34 accuracy, which is pretty good. Now, this gun is a mostly shorter range usage gun, so you don't need higher accuracy, meaning a lower number, like in the 20s. Well, it'd be nice, but, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's no big deal. Missiles starts off with, it already has an adjustment here from equipment. It's 26. That's plenty good, right? That's fantastic. So we don't have to add a lot of crazy reduction of inaccuracies. So skills here. The things I'm looking at right off the bat is the Born Leader. This gives you crew performance improvements, which means increased aim or decreased accuracy, however you want to look at it. Increases your field of vision. It increases certain things, decreases others, but all in a positive way that help you. It'll increase your camouflage effectiveness. All right, we're going to see how this happens as we go back. Okay. So now, we got camouflage down to 200. Accuracy is here down to 33. It's not a lot, but it also means 25 on this one. Okay. Also, it will help turret rotation, which it bumps it a hair up to 52, which is good. It'll also slightly lessen the reload time. Now, the next biggest thing we're going to put on here, reload. Pretty basic stuff. Let's go back and take a look again and see what we're building here. Reload time is now from 30, whatever it was. You can bump it back if you want on the video and look. It's now 27. So that's a 10% decrease is what you get from the reload. So that's fantastic. Okie dokie. So now let's go back. I was working on this project and I thought, I better make a video of this. Might be interesting to help people learn more about commander skills with a specific purpose. Camouflage, the obvious. We have the camo at 200. There we go. Camouflage expertise. This is the most important camo because this is camo that works everywhere. Now, there's another camouflage, which is the green thumb, but that only works when you're behind bushes or trees. So this camo expertise works everywhere on open ground. It's working. That's the key. This is why this one is the foundation of your camouflage. If you're going to camouflage, this is the foundation. So we went from 200, and now what are we going to get is a good question. We have 175. Fantastic. Okay. So now I'm considering adding the run and gun just to see if that, that may or may not help us. I'm not sure. As a torpedo launcher, it's what I call it. When you're driving your Wiesel or Stormer or any other rocket guy and just drive at a guy and then fire the rocket, it's like a torpedo. You're acting like a PT boat firing the torpedo at a destroyer or whatever boat. So I'm still thinking about that one. For the sniping capabilities, this is an absolute must-have. If you want to play sniper in a rocket guy, this is what I have found through the suggestion of the guy that came up with this, and that is to use the Sixth Sense. Because what happens when you're sniping with a rocket, you have to hold your aim and target your guy, and you may have to alter the direction, the control of your rocket to make sure it hits the target. And that can take 5 or 6 seconds sometimes, which means you're going to get drilled, possibly if you don't have detection of being, detected. It's redundant, but it's true. So I found out that when you're doing Wiesel for sure, and this one works the same, that Sixth Sense is going to help you because you're having a long-term, through the scope, holding of your stick to control your rocket. And that's the key. Regular snipers don't necessarily need it because you're taking a shot and you could take a shot and move instantly. You can't, when you shoot a bullet, it's fire and forget. The rocket is not fire and forget. It's fire and keep your eyes on the target. So that's why Sixth Sense is a butt kicker. Now, because of the nature of being shot, we need fire prevention. Now you'll see this one right here. Fire prevention here drops this all the way down because of the Born Leader also affects fire prevention. Born Leader fan, if you have it, and rations, if you have it, will affect the fire prevention as well as turret rotation, reload, accuracy, etc. All the things that it affects. But fire prevention is one of those things. But you got to have fire prevention before it can affect fire prevention. So if your fire prevention was 15% to begin with, well, it doesn't do anything by adding those crew assistants until you add the item of fire prevention. Then it all hits at once. Or you could put fire prevention like we did here and put the other ones on and see how it works. But it's the same thing. All right. Now, for us to figure out, there's many things we could use. Muffled shot for the sniper. Super powerful. So I'm thinking about using the muffled shot on this one. Bing, bing, bing. Clutch braking for hull rotation. Let's take a look at the clutch braking. Let's take a look at the hull rotation. All right. Hull rotation. It's over here somewhere. All right. There we go. Right in the top center column. Hit points 3,000. Hull rotation speed 55 degrees per second. So let's go ahead and hit this guy with the clutch braking. It's a 7.5% improvement. So it's 55. 10% would be 5.5. So it's not that good. 7.5. It's like 14%, really. It's a little bit. It's a hair more than 14%. So that'd be 7. No. 14% of that. Okay. Yeah. Which is literally one. It's like 1/7, right? Okay. Anyway. Oh no, 7.5% is 1/14. Sorry, I was getting my numbers flipped. Yeah, it's 1/14. So it's about 0.4. Yeah, it's about it's only going to be 0.4 degrees. Is that right? No, it's 55 times 7.5%. So that 10% would be 5 degrees. Oh, okay, it's going to be 4 degrees. Sorry, I carried the decimal incorrectly. So it's a 4-degree differential. I'm making about 60 degrees of hull rotation. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Well, you know, I want to ballpark this number. All right, let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, it hasn't done the calculations. I'm going to force it to do calculations by removing this. And every time the sub-program, every time you add rations, it'll force a recalibration of numbers. Well, it says 54. Oh, that's turret rotation. My bad. Not turret. We want hull. 60 degrees is what I told you. 59.95. There you go. I was looking at the wrong place. Oops. So I was just, you know, I do a lot of mental math and have done so for a long time. So that's why I can do this mentally without a calculator. Calculator just, you know, will mess up the whole deal. Anyway, so we got this 60 degrees hull rotation. This gives us escapability is why we're doing this. That is for escapability factor. Okay, now let's look at this guy again. What are we down to? We got 3 more to go. What I did is I took I had a 9-slot commander in my Teethbreaker Warcraft tank. I have both of the Orc Warcraft tanks. I only need 1 commander for those 2 tanks, so that's what I'm going to do. Instead I had 2 commanders, I'm going to use just 1. Specifically, at least for this time being. Alright, so now we got that. Now things we're thinking of doing, I'm thinking of a run and gun for accuracy during driving, which would be useful for the gun as well, perhaps for the rocket. I don't know for sure. Gun, yes, for sure. Well, you know, I could just use straight accuracy, and that would work for both. So that's a real toughie. On my other one for the Wiesel, I have off-road driving and binoculars. Binoculars helps the vision. Let's take a look at this vision. This dude's got 573 vision, which is good. Silent driving might help you. This one doesn't have the same speed. I don't think it's that great. It's okay. But this is what we're thinking about. Okay, we got to think about these things. Binoculars is going to jack up my spotting range. Gotta be good. Or is it 10%? I think. No, 6% actually. So it's like 5 something. Really, it's not that much. 573. So 6% of that would be 30 plus 34, about 35 meters. Knock it up over 600. That's pretty big. So let's go ahead take care of that. All right. Now let's go check it out. It should be over 600 meters. Ta-da, ta-da, 611. Fantastic. Yes, our steel concealment is 175, and that's really as good as that's going to get. If I added enhanced rations, it would only knock that down to 2. Knock it down 2 to 173. I've already noticed that. So it's not worth it for the steel concealment, but you get some other attributes. Gun would go from 33 to like 32 probably. But again, we're not using this at long super range, so not a big deal for that. So, rations negative. All right, take a look. Run gun or possibly off-road driving is another good one. Turret rotation, I think our turret rotation is plenty good. I'll take a look at this. Deadeye is another killer because that can set dudes on fire with that chain gun. Potentially really good stuff. Oh, yeah, I'd like to have armor angling for defensive purposes. When you don't have it, it hurts bad. We got 2 slots left. Got to figure out muffled shot. That's pretty good, actually. Go with muffled shot, and armor angling will probably get the job done. More so than the driving. So let's go with the armored angling for defense, and we're going to go with the muffled shot for concealment. So that's what we have. Concealment, defense, minus 5% damage, maximum vision, hull rotation, fire prevention, sniper detection. As a sniper, we're going to really need that. Camouflage expertise is once again sniper defense against detection, which is sort of what Sixth Sense is for. Reload speaks for itself. That's gunfighting power. And Born Leader increases all of these things that it can increase, like vision. It will affect fire prevention. It probably affects hull rotation. It may or may not. I don't know. It does affect camouflage. It does affect reload. It does affect your vision for sure. So let's go look at these numbers. All right. Vision range 611. Still concealment 175, which is very good for a regular tank. The Wiesel is the weirdo. Okay. So we're killer on all of this stuff. So now, what I'm going to do is take this dude out, get a game, see what we can do, see how this is going to affect performance versus the coach, Mike Ditka. So I am going to pause this video, and I'll be playing some games, and I'll see you, or you'll see me, essentially within seconds. For me, it'll be a little bit longer. So, hang on. I'll be right back. Welcome to Heilbronn. All right. This is from the match I played at Heilbronn. Pretty fun. Not super great, but this will teach you something that might be helpful. There's a lot of different tactics you can use, and this is one of them. And that's what came about from this match. So it was a good match for my team because my team was successful. I hadn't really played this map very much with this guy, so I wasn't 100% sure how I should proceed by myself. You know, it'll work differently when you have a platoon of guys, 2 or 3. So I was a free agent, really, wandering on my own, trying to see what I could sneak up on guys or find myself in a very secluded spot to lay sneak attacks. And sneak attacks are killer if you can get them right. Now, I stumbled across this area. There was no one close. You can see here what's going on the map. That's me, the sniper. Tag! Being a missile sniper can be quite entertaining. Now, one of the things that's great about this setup is you can do this missile sniping a lot easier because the alarm will go off if you're spotted. And that's the key. This thing has a low spotting range. Another killer. And these guys aren't registering. That's what all these different things will do. Suppressing the, flagging of your position in general. So it makes these sneak attacks more likely for you to be successful and do, some good damage. Now I'm still learning this kind of stuff, and this is a learning process that takes a while. So don't expect to get this in 10, 20 minutes. This can take a lot of matches. I got a killer shot going for this guy. Ah, crud. It's okay, man. It's a learning situation. Now at 13-5, it's all over but the crying. There's another right up there on top of that ridge. So there's a lot of situations to learn and experiment from. And that's what I'm doing. And it's going to take a while. It's not obvious stuff. So don't think this is going to go bing, bang, boom, and you're a master. And that's not what's going to happen. If it does, then you're the one lucky guy. And bing, bang, boom, it's over. All right, spectacular for our team. This is the result for myself. Only 2 of my missiles hit. The first one itself was a big hitter. The other one didn't do anything. But the first one had extended damage, possibly through fire. I'm not exactly sure. But that one did, as you can see, over 2,000 damage. And it was a monster hit. So that was very successful. So when you look at this as examples of was I or was I not successful, the answer was very successful. Now, I like to score more damage. Of course, who wouldn't? But it's a learning process, and I'm learning as I go, trying to improve. And just different things take different times, and this is a very different scenario. It plays counterintuitive. So this is what I wanted to show you, is stuff like this. I'm going to show you another one, too, right after this one. Welcome to Nebelborg. All right, this is another one that's going to be very interesting. Here I started up elevated to see what I could see right from the sniper zone. One of the advantages of having the early warning system, which I don't normally use because it's not really that necessary. But here it's quite good. So I was trying to see if I could get spots here. And I just ripped the rocket right off the bat. Now that guy unfortunately dodged, but so did I dodge his bullet. You know, as soon as I shot it and I landed it, I got the heck out of there just in case what was happening happened. That dude's a freak. He just popped smoke right there after he launched his rocket to cover his escape. Very clever. Highly recommended. Now the thing is, I was trying to get a good sight. There we go. Now this is the guy that I snagged one on right here. Now I got tagged, but I tagged that guy back. Again, pulled back. 2 guys shot at me, those freaks. So you gotta be careful. Tag, baby. Unfortunately, he tagged me back. Whoops. So I did some business, but that guy hit me hard. Well, sometimes things just don't go your way. That's all right. Let's take a look at this weasel. See what we can learn from this guy. Now he's playing, you know, freelance, which is really good. It's a matter of style. You got to play the style that's best for you. I'd like to learn all angles. Great shot. Man, did he get lucky and dodge a bullet. A big bullet. Very good. This dude is really good at evasive action. But man, he needs repairs or something. It's just a matter of time before he's gonna get got. Whoops. Well, he did good, but that other weasel kicked his butt. Gotta tag him. Smoked him. This is an Object 292. What is this? Oh, that's an enemy weasel. Forget that enemy. Oh, I see. This dude's by himself. Oops. Well, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. Man, 9,400 damage. That was nasty awesome. Welcome to Mountain Pass. Now here's another relatively quick match. So we're going to see what goes on here. Just to give you something else to look at. 3-for-1 battles might be extra helpful. Now, one of the things you have to remember, this dude has a very short detection, like 175, which means they cannot detect me from across the gap, but they could visually see me if I don't knock down a tree. So I'm going to knock down this tree to hide behind those leaves. Now, I have not used this new configuration in a match like this, and so I didn't know what would happen. So that dude better be on the lookout because I'm ready to rock. Drilled him too. Now in the, what is this? In the Super Wiesel, I don't have the double zoom. Just have the regular single zoom. Whoa, that's really crazy. Need to get where I can see this guy. You're killing me. There we go. Jackpot. Tag my brother. Adios, muchacho. He's dead, Jim. Now I notice there's guys here back behind me, and I did the best I could. I got hammered. Could not escape, and I'm in trouble. But there was nobody here on defense. So I was killed not due to fault of my own, but due to fault of nobody else was around defensively. Did the best that I could. Well, you know, and just hope that your team recovers. Unfortunately, it doesn't help me score more, but I'm hoping that they recover. And that happens. So on my side, I was a little too tunnel vision because I thought things were going well, and I didn't do my diligence and check my surroundings. You should check your surroundings to make sure what happened to me here doesn't happen to you. I mean, I had a real good, game. Could have been better, but I didn't check my surroundings, and I got overrun with a double team. And objectively, I probably should have gone away and got help before I tried to take those guys out, but oh well. My gut reaction was to fight them and drill them with rockets, which I did, but it just wasn't successful. But that's okay. It was a very valuable lesson for you to see. When you're in a midget tank like this, you need to get the hell out of there. Come back with numbers or with preparation. Unfortunately, I had neither of those things. My gut reaction was to try to be heroic and save this as much as possible. But my team kicked butt and we're good. So that was actually a pretty fun match, actually. So here's the result. Pretty solid match. Can't complain. Only killed one guy. 3,400 plus damage on 4 direct hits. Tried to be a little too heroic on defense, perhaps. But fortunately, my team did recover. Made good money, 91,000. Almost 7,000 commander points. Really good stuff. But like I said, I was too tunnel vision in this match and got those guys snuck up on me. But I recovered from that thing. But the problem was under the pressure of the quick decision, I chose to stand and fight, which worked out for the team, okay, not for myself so much. So probably I should have got the heck out of there and come back. And things would have probably have been okay. We probably still would have won. But my gut reaction is to fight. The problem is the Stormer or Super Wiesel is not good fighting outnumbered. It needs to be one-on-one. And so there was two of them, and this is just going to help me in my own mind reinforce the rule. I don't need to be attacking two guys unless I'm on the full run to get the hell out of there. And I just got rammed and bumped, and that messed up my deal. So my escape and my maneuverability was severely hampered. I got hammered trying to fight and defend because there was no one in the area and they weren't going to get there quick enough. So that's my responsibility. And I wanted to show this to you so you guys could see it and realize, okay, don't try to be the hero like I did, because this thing cannot fight outnumbered. It doesn't have the shots per minute to get away with it. I mean, you'll have some of that with the light gun, but it's not going to take out these bigger, heavy guys like I fought. So, I tried to defend, gave it the old college try, as they say, but I got hammered by 2-on-1. And it's going to happen to you if you do the same thing I did. So take a lesson from my error and get the heck out of there and come back. Come back with a missile ready to go at full run, give them a launch and get the hell out of there and do, strike runs. Don't try to be like me. The acceleration of this tank is not good enough for you to do what I was essentially trying to do. It was a split-second decision, and let's just say I didn't make the best decision. Fortunately, my team was relatively quick to respond, and we were able to win. But just wanted to tell you up front to let you see a bad or inferior decision, whichever one you want to call it, and what happens as a result. We still won, which is great. I still had a good scoring game. Not super awesome, but good. I'm not complaining. But it was a real valuable lesson for you to learn from this video. Don't try to be a single superstar hero in the Super Wiesel, the Stormer. It's not going to work. You're kind of a nickel and dime guy. Zap them, get the hell out of there, come back, zap them again when you've reloaded. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, learned some stuff from this video, because I think there's a lot of stuff to learn from this video that will help you out. So if you could leave a like for it, it would really help spread the word, and that would be of benefit to myself, obviously. It would be helpful also if you would tell your friends, let them check out this video, see what you've seen, let them learn the same kind of lessons that you just saw, because these things are valuable. You're going to learn them one way or the other. You can learn them here, or you can learn it on your own, however many times it takes you. So whatever floats your boat. But I make these videos to help you get better, and then you can hang out with other guys that are watching this, and they'll make comments, and all the comments help players interact and tell you how they're reacting to this stuff. It's really fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Maybe they'll like and subscribe. So I'm going to get out of here. I got plenty of other stuff to do, more videos to make, obviously. I'm still working, on the long hauls and also on my last of the mastery badges. So working on knocking that off, which will be fantastic. So I hope to see you guys, later today, maybe tomorrow, the next day, whatever. But get out there, kick some butt, work on your mastery badges, Work on those long hauls. You never know what kind of gold you're going to pull, literally and figuratively, out of the crates. So, real fun videos. Hope you enjoyed them. I'm having a good time learning about this Alvis Stormer Super Wiesel, is what I like to call it. And I hope you guys are learning this and enjoying this as well. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for watching.